Have you ever thought about whether the man in your life truly loves and cherishes you? Not just the casual "I love you" words, but deep, undeniable love that you can feel without him saying a thing? When a man genuinely loves you, his actions speak louder than any words ever could. Today, I'm going to share 4 powerful signs that a man is deeply in love with you, and I promise number 3 will surprise you. So stay with me till the end because you don't want to miss it. Let's dive in. A man who loves you truly and deeply will protect you. And I don't mean in the way society often presents it, as some grand, overbearing, almost old-fashioned version of masculinity. No, I'm talking about something far more subtle, something deeply ingrained in human nature, in biology, in psychology, and in the way men express their deepest affections without always realizing it. Protection, in this case, is not just about physical safety. It's something far more meaningful. When a man loves you, he views you as his person, someone whose well-being is his responsibility in ways he might not even be able to put into words. If you could look inside his mind, you'd see how he's starting to weave you into his identity, his future, and his sense of purpose. And when that happens, something shifts. His actions, both big and small, begin to show it. You'll see it in the way he looks out for you, not in a controlling way, but in a way that makes it clear you're not alone in this world. He'll instinctively walk on the side of the sidewalk closest to traffic, positioning himself between you and any potential danger. He'll notice when you're tired and tell you to sit down while he takes care of something, maybe the dishes, maybe something more significant. He'll make sure your home is safe, not because he doesn't trust you to take care of yourself, but because something inside him needs to know that you're okay. And this is a crucial distinction. In modern relationships, we often hear that a woman doesn't need a man to take care of her. And yes, that's true. But it misses the point entirely. A man who truly adores you doesn't take care of you because he thinks you need him to. He does it because it's an expression of his love. It's how he feels love, how he shows love. Denying him this role is like cutting off a vital part of his ability to connect with you. What's fascinating about this behavior is that it's biologically wired. Studies on male attachment show that when a man falls in love, his brain chemistry changes. His oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone, increase, while his testosterone adjusts, making him more protective of his partner. His stress response shifts, and he starts reacting more intensely to threats against you than those against himself. It's primal, automatic, and not something he consciously decides to do. He just does it. And here's the interesting part. He may not even be aware of it. Men are often not socialized to recognize emotional nuance in their own behavior. So when he insists on checking the car before you leave, or double-checks the locks at night, or gives that look when someone disrespects you, he might not even know why. But you'll see it, and you'll feel it. This protective instinct goes beyond the physical. A man who truly loves you will protect you emotionally too. He won't be careless with your feelings. He won't let others undermine you. He won't stay silent when you're disrespected, and he won't allow you to be treated as anything less than valuable. Most importantly, he will protect your relationship. A man who genuinely loves you knows that relationships are fragile, not because they're weak, but because they require care. He cares about protecting what you have. He won't entertain destructive influences. He won't let ego, resentment, or carelessness erode what you've built together. He'll take steps, sometimes quietly and sometimes obviously, to make sure you both feel secure, respected, and valued. But there's something even more revealing about a man's love. He will protect you even when you don't know what's happening. He'll stand up for you when you're not in the room. He'll defend you when it's inconvenient, when no one else is watching, and when there's no benefit to him, except the satisfaction of knowing he is honoring you, even in your absence. That's rare. A man who truly loves you will also protect you from himself. This is what separates a deeply good man from one who simply means well. He understands his own flaws, his own weaknesses, and his capacity for failure. Instead of making excuses for them, he works against them. He won't allow his worst moments to hurt you. He won't let frustration turn into cruelty. He won't use his love as a weapon to manipulate or control you. And when he makes mistakes, as we all do, he will own them, take responsibility, and strive to do better. This is something that's often overlooked in modern relationships. We talk about love as passion, chemistry, and excitement. But true, lasting love is often found in protection, the willingness to put someone else's well-being before your own, not because you have to, but because something inside you wants to. Your happiness is tied to theirs, and your instincts tell you that if they're safe, you're safe. This kind of love withstands time because, let's be honest, passion and attraction shift, and life throws challenges at every relationship. But if you have a partner who fundamentally sees your well-being as his responsibility, who acts on that instinct, not out of obligation, but out of devotion, then you have something rare, something that cannot be easily broken, something that goes beyond romance and enters the realm of true partnership. So if you're wondering whether a man truly loves you, don't just listen to his words. Watch his actions. Does he protect you, not just in grand gestures, but in the small, quiet ways that often go unnoticed? Does he shield you from harm, unnecessary stress, or disrespect? Does he make you feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally? If he does, you are not just loved, you are cherished. When a man truly loves you, he listens to you, not just with his ears, but with his entire being. This is something that can't be faked, can't be imitated, and certainly can't be sustained unless it's real. Because listening, true listening, requires effort. It requires attention, and attention is one of the most valuable things a person can give. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They assume that hearing and listening are the same thing, but they're not. A man can hear the words coming out of your mouth and still not be listening. He can nod, say, aha, or even repeat back what you said, yet there will be no real understanding, no true engagement. That's not listening. That's passive observation, and it means nothing. But a man who loves you listens to you in a way that goes beyond words. He listens to what you mean, not just to what you say. He picks up on things left unsaid, the pauses, the hesitations, the shifts in tone. He recognizes when you're struggling, even when you insist you're fine. He remembers the things that matter to you, not because he consciously tried to memorize them, but because he cares enough that they stick. Why does this matter? Because listening is the foundation of connection. It's what transforms two people from mere acquaintances into something much deeper. When a man listens to you like this, it means he sees you, not just as someone to pass time with or someone to be attracted to, but as a person with depth, with complexity, with a mind and soul worth understanding. And this is not how men listen to just anyone. This is something that happens when a man is emotionally invested, when he's let you pass the walls he keeps up for the rest of the world. Real men don't open up easily. They're conditioned, both biologically and socially, to be problem solvers, to be fixers. And what do fixers do? They wait for a problem, identify it, and solve it as efficiently as possible. But love isn't efficient. It's not about fixing. It's not about checking a box and moving on. Love is about presence, about understanding. Here is your script with slight word changes and keeping the meaning, tone, and length intact. A man who loves you won't just try to fix your problems. He will want to understand them, to sit with them, to experience them with you because, to him, your world, your fears, your joys, and your struggles are his world too. This is something rare, Because most people, men and women alike, are just waiting for their turn to talk. Most conversations aren't about connection. They're about performance. People talk over each other, interrupt, redirect the conversation back to themselves, and listen only enough to respond, not enough to truly understand. As a result, most people go through life feeling unseen, even in their closest relationships. But when a man genuinely listens to you, you feel it. It's in the way he looks at you, not distracted, not checking his phone, not glancing around the room, but fully present. It's in the way he asks questions, not just polite ones, but real ones. Questions that show he's been thinking about what you said long after the conversation has ended. It's in the way he brings up something you mentioned weeks ago, proving that your words didn't just vanish into thin air but stayed with him, shaped him, mattered to him. And this isn't just a nice bonus in a relationship. It's everything. Because if a man isn't truly listening to you, how can he really love you? Love isn't just a feeling. It's an action. It's attention. It's investment. It's effort. And here's something even more fascinating. Listening changes him too. When a man listens to you deeply, when he truly engages with your thoughts, your emotions, your perspective, it reshapes him. It forces him to see the world differently, to step outside of his own experience, to grow. Growth, real personal transformation, happens through relationships, through listening, through allowing another person to influence you in a way that makes you better than you were before. So, what does it mean if a man listens to you in this way? It means you are important to him. It means that what you think, what you feel, what you experience matters to him on a deep level. It means he isn't just hearing noise. He is internalizing your presence in his life. But here's the catch. This kind of listening cannot be forced. It cannot be demanded. A man either wants to listen, or he doesn't. And if he doesn't, no amount of pleading, nagging, or convincing will change that. Because listening is not about obligation. It's about choice. A man who loves you listens because he chooses to, because it's in his nature to want to know you, to understand you, to make you feel understood. And that is what love really is. Not grand declarations, not poetic words, not even the thrill of passion. Love, real love, is a man sitting across from you, looking into your eyes, hearing not just your voice but your soul, and saying, without saying a word, "I see you. I hear you. You matter to me." A man who truly loves you respects you in a way that is both deeply ingrained and actively demonstrated. Respect, real, unshakable respect, is not something that can be manufactured, faked, or forced. It's either there, or it isn't. It's built from admiration, from recognizing your value, from understanding, whether conscious or unconscious, that you are someone worthy of care, of honesty, of commitment. This is where so many relationships fall apart, because you cannot love someone you do not respect, not in a way that will last, not in a way that is healthy, and certainly not in a way that will allow both people to thrive. If a man doesn't respect you, then what he feels for you isn't love. It's possession, attachment, convenience. But it is not love. Respect isn't just about politeness, about saying the right things or behaving in a way that looks good on the surface. It's about how he sees you when no one else is looking. It's about whether he values your thoughts, your opinions, your choices, not just when they align with his own, but even when they challenge him. It's about whether he treats you as an equal, as someone whose voice matters, as someone whose existence isn't secondary to his own. You can tell. You know when a man respects you. You feel it in the way he speaks to you. Does he talk with you, or at you? Does he listen when you disagree, or does he dismiss you the moment you present a perspective that doesn't match his own? Does he make decisions with you, or for you? These things reveal the truth about his character, about whether he sees you as a partner or as an accessory to his life. And here's the part that surprises people. Real respect is not about agreement. It's not about a man nodding along, pretending to be on the same page, avoiding conflict just to keep the peace. No. Real respect means he can disagree with you and still honor you. It means he doesn't belittle you, doesn't condescend, doesn't roll his eyes, and doesn't dismiss your words as irrelevant. It means he recognizes that you are an individual with your own mind, your own experiences, your own wisdom. And even when he doesn't see things the same way, he still holds space for your perspective to exist without needing to crush it under the weight of his own. That's rare, because most people, men and women alike, struggle with respecting those who challenge them. It's easier to surround yourself with those who reinforce your beliefs, who validate your worldview, who never push against your ideas or make you question your assumptions. But love, real, strong, enduring love, requires something different. A man who truly respects you will never make you small to make himself feel bigger. He will not use his strength, whether it's physical, emotional, or intellectual, to overpower you. He will not cut you down with sarcasm, with dismissiveness, with jokes that carry hidden cruelty. He will not undermine you in public or in private. He will not make you feel foolish for having emotions. He will not invalidate your experiences by telling you they're all in your head. And if he does even once, and doesn't recognize it, doesn't correct it, doesn't care that he's done it, then that's not love. That's control. A man who loves you respects your time, your energy, your dignity. He does not make promises he has no intention of keeping. He does not string you along, feeding you just enough affection to keep you tethered while he indulges his own selfishness. He does not disappear when things get hard only to return when it's convenient for him. He does not expect you to carry the weight of the relationship alone, to be the only one working, the only one compromising, the only one bending while he remains unyielding. And most importantly, a man who respects you respects your boundaries. This is where many people get lost, where many women, in particular, find themselves trapped in cycles of exhaustion and frustration. They believe that if they just explain enough, justify enough, accommodate enough, eventually the other person will understand. But respect is not something that should have to be earned through suffering. It should be given freely from the start. When a man respects you, he does not push past the limits you set. He does not try to manipulate you into going against your own values. He does not dismiss your needs as unimportant. He does not test how much you will tolerate before you break. He honors the boundaries you create because he understands that they are not there to punish him but to protect you. And a man who truly loves you wants you to be protected. Respect, at its core, is the recognition that you are not an extension. Here's a revised version of your script with slight wording changes, while keeping the meaning, tone, and volume intact. Tell him that your life, your choices, your goals, and your emotions are just as valid, just as important, just as real as his own. When a man truly understands this on a deep level, fully, in a way that shows in his actions every single day, then and only then can love truly exist. A man who truly loves you will protect you, not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically, and even spiritually. This is not about dominance, not about control, not about reducing you to someone who needs constant rescuing. No, true protection is something far more meaningful. It's about a man who takes responsibility, not just for himself, but for you, for the relationship, for the space the two of you share in this world. It's about a man who realizes that love isn't just about what he can take, but about what he must give. This is something deeply ingrained in the male psyche. Men are wired to protect. This isn't just social conditioning. It's biological, evolutionary, ingrained into the very essence of who they are. When a man loves a woman, it activates something in him, a deep, almost instinctual drive to ensure her well-being. And that doesn't mean he fights every battle for her, or that he treats her as fragile, or that he steps in when he's not needed. No, what it means is that he cares enough to make sure she is safe. It means he is aware of her needs. He doesn't look away when she's struggling, doesn't abandon her in moments of vulnerability. And that is what separates a man who loves you from a man who's simply with you. A man who loves you won't leave you to fend for yourself when life gets tough. He won't stand by passively while you carry all the weight. He will step up. He will be present. And presence, true, unwavering presence, is a form of protection in itself. You can see this in his actions, in the way he stands by you when others try to tear you down, in the way he notices when something's off, when you're overwhelmed, when you're carrying too much. You'll see it in the way he defends you, not just with words, but through his choices, his priorities, the way he builds his life to make sure you're safe within it. But here's what most people miss. Protection isn't just about defending you from the outside world. It's also about protecting you from himself. And this is where it gets tough, because love demands honesty. And honesty means we must confront our own darkness. Every man, every human being, has the potential to cause harm, to be careless with their words, to let their temper take over, to put their own needs ahead of their partner's without even realizing it. A man who loves you understands this. He understands that his power, whether it's physical, emotional, or even the power that comes from being in a close relationship, comes with responsibility. So, what does he do? He makes sure he never becomes a source of your pain. He watches himself, keeps his own impulses in check. He doesn't lash out in anger, doesn't use his words as weapons, doesn't manipulate, doesn't belittle. And if he ever does cause harm, because no one is perfect, he takes responsibility. He acknowledges it, corrects it. And this is rare, because so many people refuse to look at themselves honestly. They refuse to see how their behavior impacts others. They make excuses, they justify, they shift the blame. But a man who truly loves you doesn't do this. His love isn't about him. It's about you. It's about ensuring that you don't have to suffer because of his flaws. And real protection goes even deeper than that, because it's not just about keeping you safe from harm. It's also about keeping you safe from fear. And that means creating an environment where you feel secure, where you don't have to second-guess his intentions, where you don't have to wonder if he'll change, if he'll leave, if he'll betray your trust. It means being consistent. It means showing up, again and again, until you know he's not going anywhere. Because love isn't just about passion, it's not just about romance, it's not just about grand gestures. Love is the security of knowing you're with someone who won't let you fall. No matter what happens, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how much you struggle, no matter how imperfect you are, he will be there. Not because he has to, not because he's obligated, but because he chooses to be. Because keeping you safe, in every sense of the word, is something he takes seriously. And that is what love truly is. Not words, not promises, not fleeting moments of passion, but protection. Protection that's felt in the way he treats you every single day. Protection that's built through trust, through care, through a deep and unwavering commitment to making sure you're okay. Now, here's my question for you. Have you ever experienced these signs in a relationship, or maybe you've seen the opposite, where someone's words didn't match their actions? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, and let's start a conversation. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Also, what topics would you like me to cover next? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to bring you the content you need. See you in the next video.